Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda Hero like Defender of the Fatherland, off you to 2v2 on Pachino Farmlands. First match of the new patch after it got delayed, but we are here, finally. North it is Zulu, Coh3 and Dumais fighting for Deutschland, the German army. Either they haben Göring, Fallschirm, Panzer schon rocking least here in the case of Zulu, some of those new skins. So we are off to the races here with the haben Göring, Fallschirm, Panzer schon, 3rd and 5th Panzer Grenadier companies. In the south it is Ryujou and Pervitin fighting here for a British-American task force. US 2nd Interdivision supporting the British 6th Armoured. We got Mechanized here for Zulu right off the bat. We got the Grenadiers there moving forwards with actual model variations. It's a miracle. I guess what's supposed to be mud.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Section out here for Mr. Pervitin. Good old Tommies. We got right moving forwards here as well for Ryujou. I think it might... No, it's the Night Fighter skins. Oh, right, moving forward, see it, steady advancing. The ones. Oh. So, Pioneers got greatness here. As always, big hearty thanks to my patrons and supporters for continued generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast. Keep making all these wonderful videos possible. So, big thanks to all those people there. And, of course, a big thanks to keep commenting and liking. Definitely helps with keeping the channel going in terms of just the YouTube algorithm. So, first engagement here, quickly to defuse as both buildings, units occupy the other building, ignoring each other for all intents and purposes. Up north here, Dumais has managed to establish a bit of a, at least temporary defensive line here, holding any advances. Up here we got pioneers of the sappers, riflemen on the way here for Ryujou, and we got more grenadiers out here for Zulu. Saves our buffs, most of the riflemen with the Americans really. The Germans kind of get some improvements, but a lot of it is basically in terms of veterancy, meaning obviously there's a bit with officers' quarters, but ours, you have to get into veterancy 3, so it's sort of one of those, it's kind of a buff, but at the same time, not necessarily the most meaningful of buffs, like, you know, right away, which is typically where a lot of the units, you kind of need them to be good, like, you know, early on to actually be worth considering in the first place, so it's one of those. Anyways, Kencraft is up north here. Sabba's probably machine gun holding up here, Grenadiers hiding about. MG42 there for Zulu, slowly arriving up, Grenadiers holding up here. Doing what they can here for Deutschland with their wounded Truppen. Sending them in many cases as the war went on with, you know, wounded troops very much pressed into the fight. And we got the MG42 team here, similarly not looking like, you know, they had the best day. At the Barbers. VAR says they're now more easily accessible for the Americans. They pretty much just cut the requirements, like have the support center up, though you need to get it for additional bars, but that's a potential big tempo push here for the Americans. Plus, everyone can get the captain, but the infantry support center still gets the captain for free, so. North Dingo pushing against the Grenadiers, Saps closing in there, section following up, medical station there for Zulu, Panzer Grenadier company for Dumais, though no sign of, well, anything beyond a battle group there. They did sort of technically buff the Fallschirm mix, but again, Veterans 1, Veterans 3 got some boost there. They also changed the student's point-blank blast ability to be a instead of a target ability, it's not just a like timed ability, a bit like the cancer shot in the brain at the moment. More riflemen on the way there for Ryujou. Yes, we've got another wave of troop in the out of Dumais. Well, we're still yet to the remaining skins there of the 4-leaf package. I'm still not sure what's back. Oh well. I need to be careful. We got riflemen holding up here. Fight withdrawing. Sapson Cotter being put 2 grenadiers close against Swift. We got 584. I need to be careful. A half ticky on the way for Dumais. Thumbs up. The Mittelschützen Panzerwagen. Neither allied players yet to pick a battle group here. GN Zulu commits to even more grenadiers. He has yet to take up. They also gave buff to the Panzers and the Jaegers themselves. I think the Jaegers got some overall larger set of improvements. Heavy weapon sports in there for Ryujou, and of course, as I think not a lot of people are surprised about it, they didn't really do anything about the verticals. Coh3 turning around, he tries to get the unit down in a bit The Mach there, Dingus, who heroically charging machine to call a bad spot here. Dumais probably a bit overly optimistic about the chance of the Allies not appearing on the flank there. And there you go, Mittler Schützenpanzerwagen on the way there, upgrading to the Stummel. Much expected there.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
South here, Zulu is pushing off the Ryujou, who's got grenades on the way there, further amplifying the firepower of their democratically elected right. And there you go, got a wipe there. Come on, Fitz, pick up some DAR. Need all the firepower we can get. Stuart stepping a lot for Pervitin. We got the Panzer Company for Zulu as well. 2 thumbs up to that at least.
We're losing a victory point.
Stummel right around the corner. Sappers pushed off. They also applied a significant debuff to the Mechanized. A minute cooldown on it.
Stuart light tanks are ready for mustering.
Plus they also increased the population of them. Because the reason people are going for Grenadiers over Jaegers or Panzer Grenadiers, but Panzer Grenadiers was obviously because the Grenadiers were way too good and not, you know, the Panzer Grenadiers in particular weren't, like, you know, very good.
Enemies pushing the line.
Both players were going here for Mechanized. No Luftwaffe there to show off maybe some of the mildly buffed Fallschirmjägers. So light tank on the way here for Pervitin. We got smoke on support here by Ryujou trying to, like, you know, hold the German machine guns there from wrecking his infantry there. You know, most nasty man. They got the Pioneers closing in there with a flamethrower there, Flammenwerfer.
We've lost a sector.
Good light tank slowly getting ready. We got the Dingo there pushing in for the glory of the Commonwealth there. Section joining in the fun of scouts section. Still light tank there, slow getting ready. Grenadiers getting off a Pantherpass on the Dingo, blowing out the engine, leaving situation to the crew there a bit bad since they're glued to the seats. Sappers rifle pushing in there. Zulu's defensive, but the orphanage is quickly undermined here as British and American forces in glorious unison overcome the Germans. Pack 40 there for Zulu. Yeah, pack there. Oh, Stummling about here. No sign of Panzer Grenadiers yet for any of the two. And we got the first two out here with the second one inbound as well here for Pervitin. So last there goes Stummling caught here. And do get Panzers there for Dumais. Pack at the ready, sort of. Hiding about here. Shoots and misses the suit and a fantastic whiff of a shot there. The suit has already bypassed it. Pack 40 there for Zulu, almost done. Stuart misses. Pack turning around here and gets a shot right through the rear. Oh, hits a mine as well. Could Dumais knock it out in the name of Das Vaterland? There you go, Zulu with his Pack 40 as well there. Dumais with his Panzer Grenadier. I mean, at this point, he could already consider going for the officers' quarters, just like an 8 get them to one, letting the, you know, fast that better theory. I mean, if anything, for those buffs they made, they really are trying to, like, push into going for the officers' quarters upgrade. Much harder. Got Breach here, which definitely got a boost there. Basically, A, it works over a lot faster, and B, if the opponent drops out, they just, you know, I guess, all jump in through the doors and windows and just immediately occupy the building. So, Breach there's definitely seen an improvement. Whether or not it's enough, we'll have to see. East side we got Kevin Kraut listening about greedily grabbing up some points here before skedaddling out there. Dumais with support elements. Zulu, while he has gone for Mechanized, it should really do much with the battle group as of yet. It's going fact straight for the Panzer Company.
Our victory point is being overrun.
Pervitin just keep churning out those sort of light tanks, like, you know, they're made by the Americans, which, by chief coincidence, they are. Zulu keeping out the pressure eventually. Oh, hits a mine, suffers a wipe. We also got SF Commander for Ryujou, who has gone for special operations. Still no skins for, you know, battle group units. Practically enough. Got the super plank pressure, got the repair kits on the way, their survival package. Stukenoi for Dumais, 2 thumbs up. As the Zulu, I imagine, is going to like looking to push out a Starstorm squad. We got some Panthers early here. Northeast Captain Pratt poking ahead here, Stu
Sector
halfway down.
lost. Repeat, sector lost.
The go Granny's ready to get healed up.
Vehicle drills completed.
Stu right around the corner here for Zulu. Zulu for Dumais, there you go, Stug 3G. At this point, with like this many units out of the Panzergrenadier Company, he definitely would benefit from the officers' quarters. You know, they capped on there for Ryujou. They have gone for the infantry support centre, so it's not because they didn't build it, they just lost it. Captain received the posthumous promotion to Major. Body affected here by Ryujou, actually making fairly consistent use of that ability bar, which is surprisingly rare out of that battle group. There goes Stupi calling for Zulu. Some repair vehicle stuff. Then again, I imagine the price will be Panthers for him here. As for Dumais, we're not really seeing much of an indicator as to what he's planning out, really. There goes Stug on the move there. Killing away there. Still no sign of officer quality out of Dumais. Get that Stug tag. That's 21. There goes Stug ready. Stug's roaming in here for the south, cut up to flank in into Zulu's flank here. Further south, the Guard Grenadiers are moving forwards. 6 pound gun on the way here for Mr. Pervitin.
The beggars are threatening a fuel point.
Still a battle group on Pervitin, but I mean there's Indian artillery, heavy armor, and Australian defense. Heavy armor feels like the most likely candidate at this point, with Australian defense being a sort of close-ish second.
Anti-tank weapon and crew on the field.
Right there, caught with the Stug. Can't crush them until they're pinned though, but if he does get pinned there, do this, going to find a lot of the riflemen squished very rapidly. Commander squad moving in here, there you go, pinned down, there you go, crushed, I think a bunch of them there. And there you go, rifle squad on the cut, half there go, automatic fire activated here. Ripping through those GIs with contemptuous ease. Meanwhile, Starstorm arrived here for Zulu.
We're losing a munitions
Double
point.
further region on that one. I must admit.
Australian light infantry available to deploy. Territory sector lost, Commander.
Anyways, Zulu's withdrawing here. No sign of further tech for the Allies. So once Zulu starts rolling out the armor, Dumais, I guess, starts rolling out more Stugs. It could get a bit awkward here for the Allies. So still, I do think Dumais should consider the officers' quarters here.
A sector is in enemy control.
There's also the buff to the grenade team. I think it's, with the exception of the bung grenade, actually I think all the buffs probably down, but you know, most of the grenades basically got a buff there. There goes Stu DR for Dumais. 2 thumbs up, and it's a much better looking Starstorm there. Emart pushing forwards here. Guess that's supposed to be improvised
The
camouflage.
enemy have taken our territory.
Guess it's fine.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Alright, Starstorm moving forwards. We got 480 versus 325.
Australian infantry are in
We
reserve.
do get Australians here out of Pervitin in the end.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
Rifleman Commander tries to force us and then hit with the grenade, the Mark II frag grenade. We're going to blend her back in turn here. And I don't think they did anything to buff example the MP40 Grenadiers grenade itself. Still moving in here. Quick support Pervitin, support Ryujou's defensive the south side. Germans still just pushing back the Allies. They do need to do something here to turn the top. We actually got Australians called in here by Pervitin. Interesting. Not what I expected here at this point in the game. That is a very interesting choice there by the British player. Get around their Zulu's pack crew here. In the back, and then pound the gas mask cancel there. In the back, there's red. Resting. Got the Storm Punch on the way there for Zulu.
A fuel
I actually
point
went
is
for the
being
assault rifle
overrun.
in the Starstorm. I'd be surprised if I actually went for it, but you know, you never know. Could do it. Getting her surrounded by students, all manner of kinds, and we got the pack as well joining in for us. Student Doom. Further south here, Ryujou is making steady progress. Got USF commanders on the way to support the infantry assault against the German lines. And Zulu here with another infantry assault. The Sturmpanzer here, they're also joining in. For fun. The incoming command post of Pervitin, Panzer Marine catch the section for
the munitions point is being overrun.
I do have here this up, and at this point it wouldn't be a bad idea for Pervitin to just withdraw the to start taking up for bigger tanks, honestly. As for Ryujou, I mean, going for a tank depot could be a wise decision eventually. Creature on the way though, in front of the Star Storm. Northwards here. In a wee bit of trouble.
Our territory is under attack.
Armored sides goes there for Dumais. Thumbs up. And starts assault vector for the Star Storm being pushed back. Northeastern Grenadiers coming up. 6 guns goes great hit here. Almost got the Stubber. And down it goes. Bit of a pin blow there to Dumais. Right. Not doing too much with this battle group. Commanders there feeling the brunt here of the armored fist of Das Vaterland. Western Sturmpanzer before they come rolling in. Flying 250 mm howitzer there, just anything will gun. There you go, flanked here with the bazooka team. Crusaders on the way for Kaiser Pervitin there.
We've lost the sector.
Zulu could be planning on Panther next here.
The beggars are threatening him.
Case.
Damn it! The enemy holds all victory points.
Double cap here for the action on the Allies. Stuarts are going for the Stug G. They've got a pack ball nearby. We've got 6 packs for the Stuarts. Stug teaming from the other side here. Bit of fierce fight here between the two sides. There goes Stuart. Cooked up. About to get the Stug knocked out. Goes there to the 6-pounder guns. Great way to lose that Stug. And down it goes. Even now the Stug exposed here to the Stuart light until he uses the extra one, but he did. Clear out the 6-pounder gun. Meanwhile, John Punter with Starstorm support park coming in to assist to try and save the D. Destructive demise. Got Grenadiers opening on the advancing command. There's some riflemen here and an MD-42 team center making this much more difficult. In fact, Ryuju's assault is quickly turning into an absolute massacre here. Countless riflemen getting absolutely ripped apart alongside the commando comrades. Up north here, the fight continues. Panthers on the way for Zulu. Got a pack 40 here, and we got some Starstorm ready to deny that to them.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
Munition surplus. Crusader arriving here. Panther slowly arriving here for Zulu, and there go Dumais loses his Stug D on top of the Stug G, and a pack 40. Some painful losses there for Dumais, going for another Stug. Thumbs up. Set the GM still on the hand. They actually did go for the assault up there on the Starstorm. A major surprise because most people just don't bother with it for thinking that. Very good reasons, personally. There you go, flanking the Crusader tank, catching a Zulu, very exposed to Dumais, been forced to withdraw here. That means Zulu, if you know, having this forward position is much more vulnerable, getting hit by both allied players, which could end up costing him a lot. Definitely need to be a bit careful here. Of course, the Allies also need to, like, you know, try and exploit this opportunity. They have been grounded. Good, you're not really doing much more with the battle group. Then to Dumais. It's really Zulu and Cavity that are just doing the most of the battle group stuff. There we go. Panther arriving, good old Model D.
We have 300 points remaining.
American forces and British forces all push towards the centre. There's some light action on the flanks here, but it's not really, I think, enough to, like,
we're losing a fuel point.
Really talk about for the time being. Got 291 25 info to cover up the centre. Holding advantage of the Ryujou quite aggressively. Got some smoke called in there. Well done there, but got grenades from the BAR. And the commanders being met here with the Sturmpanzer in the centre, and they lack armoured support. American player has still yet to go for like tank depot or anything else here, relying heavily on the commanders for all intents and purposes.
A vector is an enemy
Most of the
control.
actual pushing. Now something he needs poking about there. Who's holding up things here? Another Crusader there for Pervitin. Thumbs up. Zulu teams for Ryujou. Got the Grenadiers with the Commandos.
The enemy is pushing hard. We're down to 250 points.
Rifleman away there for the American player. More of them. Stuss doing some work here using the Stuss Assault there with the Assault Rush close range, doing a fair bit of damage once they get to high levels of efficiency. Even getting a wipe here. Those Stuss are doing some heavy work here for the Germans.
A-15 Crusader
Very,
is on
very
station and ready for orders.
And 1525. South side we got the American player once more poking forward here. Even as we got Dumais here with a Panthers roll. Call-in version on build ones. That's 2 Panthers here. I didn't realise it's been a while since we've not that many Panthers. Very long time, it's still a bit of a while. That flies through there, the front armor of the jump plants, which is jotting in the front here. Backed up the Stewart. Another route squad here for the American player, really going hard on those infantrymen, still not taking out. I'm calling in more commandos. At least going for the improved rockets. Yes. Down here, Zulu, Cobra, and Dumais linking up the Panthers to work together. Armored unison. Starstorm and Grannies push forwards here. Rugged veterans from seeing much combat here. Another 6-pounder gun here for Pervitin. Another one. He's going for one. Supporters back 40. North Dumais withdrawing a bit, healing just a few units to cover the front line. Fortifying here with barbed wire, tank traps. Won't stop an entire assault. Entirely the camp slowed down and known to be by Dumais. Time to get help from Zulu. Oiley's come up with some other counter. On the south here, Ryujou again lacking like any heavy counters. Jump hunters quickly being pushed off. And this way really would benefit from like a tank destroyer, some tanks just to like help push back the Sturm Panzer IV. So I do think that's been like, you know, one of the mistakes here by the American player.
A munitions point is being overrun.
Just to be, I think, significant lack of tech after a certain point.
We have 200 points remaining. We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
Belgium was next. I imagine Pervitin's going to keep churning out tanks. More likely another Crusader here any moment now.
Damnation! The sector's in enemy hands.
Panther here from Zulu Cobra moving in. Slowly there. Another Panther for Zulu. Double Panthers from him and then a Panther from the base to 3 Panthers.
Territory sector lost.
Got pack ambushing the Stewart, though with more repairs they can definitely absorb the damage more easily and nicely. Stewart shot comes shots and levels for Dumais.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
We'll hunt for some rocket salute to turn the tide in the name of Deutschland. Next season. Tides are looking pretty good for the Germans at the moment.
The enemy has pushed us back from our sector.
Stewart and Panther there snapping off a few shots. Even left about halfway down.
Vehicles are receiving frontline training.
Armored training here for Pervitin and his counters tanks. Thumbs up. The South Korean is holding off the captain. BARs they've secured for the Americans, of course, proving to be quite helpful. Keeping them in one piece. They've got stars coming in to try and assist, but they are quickly met with heavy automatic fire. Out of Ryujou's men. So many Johnson and Bars, they're definitely making things difficult if even the stars don't make any headway. And now we got the 6-pounders moving forwards here. That pack 4. Deep. Sniping at the Panther at max range here. 165 speed 25. Panther still hunting hits here. contact of Ryujou. Another Crusader for Pervitin. In center there we got the Germans holding up here quite nicely. Allied tactics seem to sort of slowly breaking down. At least now these two teams are working a bit better together. Though the need of course now is his effect for that. Panthers do dashing in, and there you go. Grenades onto the Dumais. Stars to them. Almost had it. Only almost.
Word from the front. Our Australian infantry were killed.
Australians knocked out here. Starsum got the wipe. Germans definitely keeping up the pressure quite well here against their allied opponents. 5 from the sections all moving forwards here. 143 to 225. Commanders, they're close to being wiped out. That'll be another staggering blow here to the German army. The Allies of the German army. The Americans, they're narrowly see the commander team definitely wiped out, but the mighty Star Southern. Also got the A-Star Southern here with assault rifles and the eventually a BAR, but they clearly. Oh, they do actually use it. Nice assault as well there, completely through those Yankees. We got some good casualty inflicted there. Absolute brutal battle. The American and British forces are trying to break through the center so many times, it's just not working out for them. I think they should just work like they just try to encircle it, at least bait the Germans out rather than just constantly attack into it, because it's pretty, defensive. They're not using smokes like really proper support, these small scale, and they just, like typically just, if a unit gets through it's only in piece moves, the smoke's not like a major force multiplier that way. 6 Pentagon wiped out here. Got 4 Panthers now of the Germans. 4 Panthers. Didn't I buff that one? I'm pretty sure of. Missed that note. American players still not taking up floating a lot of fuel. 300.
The enemy has it. Buckle up, gents.
Done room with another one away there for Pervitin. American players just got the command to the rifle, that's kind of it.
Anti-tank weapon and crew.
And there you go, big Crusader push, first one knocked out. Which is a bit odd, you definitely would want to upgrade the Crusaders for something like Panthers. There you go, into all the Panthers, Crusader tank here. Down it goes, Panther to mine here, American forces in the south are making some progress here.
75 points remaining for us.
Certainly, I think, very expensive progress. And to be rushed in there, seems like Pervitin's just kind of given up at this point, and it's just rushing in the units. Yeah, I think that's going on. He's just charging in the units. Not something I see too often. Get to get some place like them where they just lost, they give up, and then they just send in everything, not giving like much of a toss about that. 47 to 25. That bridge again there being highlighted.
Out of contact. Dead.
Then cover there because it's Zulu's against Star Southern there. Commanders squad, they're caught by not one but 2 Star Southern squads that could be a nightmare. And there you go. Whiz bang out from Ryujou. I feel like that could also have been out sooner. Would certainly been more helpful for them, so. It does feel like the American Allied strategy alongside the Allied tactics in a bit of a brick wall at this point. And then when faced with like,
we're losing a victory point.
Perhaps a good moment to like turn things around, they just
The Huns have 300. Victory point is in enemy hands.
yeah. Yikes, this Pervitin is not a very nice guy, unfortunately.
Enemy has engaged.
At this point, the Allies are very much lost. clearly a lack of teamwork there, which wasn't there, and Zulu and Dumais do play regularly together, so obviously also an advantage that was just good teamwork here.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
And then, pretty brutal fight there.
Company CT is taking damage. The beggars are...
But overall, the hour seems like alright for a while, but then at a certain point, Tactics and Strategy just kind of started eroding, falling apart here. See there, you know, infighting, having the injuries at the very end there, so they just started assaulting itself.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
So,
Territory...
Victory
Victory point belongs to the enemy.
here for Zulu and Dumais were completely blissfully unaware of what's going on in the enemy here. It seems like they're just wasting Dumais and Zulu's time at this point. Also tactic, some players will employ. Just waste the other guy's time, you know. So just give them the win. You can just drag it out as far as you can.
They're down to only 25 points.
Bit of a shame, man.
Is under fire.
Unfortunately, that's how you get with some people. Our final point blank glass being utilised here, answers. That's a much short range while you're acting right now. There you go, though. There you go. GG, game over. Decent highlight there. Some new stuff in the patch, though not a lot of it, and there could have been more, but you know. Either way, it's a start, I suppose. Perhaps not the finest, but certainly at the moment it is going to be a bit tougher just finding anything. But hope you enjoyed this match or learned something from it. This is Imperial 19. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.